bringing to life here?
Well, let's see.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
I love that he's just like, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
Feeling those plant antlers. Hey guys, welcome back to PlayStation Underground. You got Kristen here. We are checking out Concrete Genie, which is going to be out on October 8th. We're playing on a PS4 Pro, and I'm joined by the team by Pixelopus. Hey guys, introduce yourselves.
Hey Kristen, I'm Dominic. I'm the creative director for Concrete Genie.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm the art director.
Oh, I am so excited to be able to see this. I have been waiting a very long time. This game just looks so beautiful and so much fun. You know, these kids just throwing cans around, the cutest thing. So what's the scene that we're setting here?
So this is a section from the first level, and we just thought we would kind of revisit and show you some of the new things that we put in here. And I've already started painting. And started bringing this area back to life, which is your main objective in each of the levels.
It looks so nice already.
Oh, thank you.
I was going to say, especially you've just hopped over that one section that hasn't had any paint on it. And
I
you
know.
can see the big difference it makes.
Well, let's try some of that out. So even though the bullies are right near there, let's see if I can paint without alerting them. Because they're not only the kind of narrative threat in the game, they're very much the gameplay pressure as well.
Yeah.
And so you have to kind of keep out of their way. But let's see if I just...
But Ash is an artist. He's not here to bully anybody.
No.
He just wants to create.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit about these different packs. So we have some that highlight landscape, some that are like more object-based, like you have a sun, you have an apple. How do they sort of work together? Right.
So yeah, in each level, we have a pack that you can find. And so here's the first one. You can see some of the others that are locked. This is the set of the set that you get in the first level, and these pages need to be collected because at the beginning of the game the bullies rip up your sketchbook. And one of the things that we've done is theme them together so that as you go through each of the levels, they reflect the kind of mental state that Ash is going through. So as the story progresses and his treatment at the hands of the bullies gets worse, the things that he ends up painting through these pages that he finds gets darker and darker as well.
So I see the string of lights, though. So as he paints, is it going to sort of light the city back up?
Exactly.
Oh.
And one of the other things, you can see it literally kind of bringing the life back into the kind of plant life around here as well. And we've really tried hard to make sure that anybody can paint and feel like an artist in this game as well.
Yeah. I was going to say, Jeff, tell us a little bit about how you decided on the different packs.
Yeah, we put a lot of time into making sure that the color palettes reflect sort of what's going on emotionally with Ash during the storyline, exactly what Dom just mentioned. We also put a lot of effort into pre-visualization for the in that each brushstroke should feel like it's almost like hand animated or like coming to life.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make it very easy for people who may not have an art background to be able to create something beautiful very, very quickly.
Like these butterflies.
Like me.
I was going to say, oh my gosh, I looked over for a second. You've transformed this entire side of the building. You
know what? I'm going to undo all of this. So one of the other things is just to help with the experimentation, we let you undo really easily. You can just hold down L2 and undo everything, and it will speed up.
I was going to say, could you walk us through? I know it has it here in the lower left hand, but walk us through these controls of how simple it is.
Yeah. So if I use the motion controls, there is a right stick control option as well, but we really feel like the motion controls is the best way to do it. And you just use these very simple, small gestures. Hold down R2 to paint, and that's an analog control as well. So many of the brushes respond to how much you've depressed the trigger as well. So like I can do very small blades of grass, or I can if I
subtle
do
blade of gravity.
Yeah, big trigger. I can kind of put down even bigger blades of grass.
Nice.
And then L2 is undo. And actually, the other thing that we were looking forward to talking about is this pond biome pack that we've put together. This is something that we've kind of specially put together for the digital lurks, and it's very different.
It's so cool to see. It's like alive, even though after you've drawn it, it continues to exist. It continues to flow.
And it's all persistent as well, so it stays there the whole time.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see how your genies react to these environments too. So actually, in the pond biome, if they come in contact with the water, they actually swim, and they interact with each environment differently in that they'll kind of hide behind things or pull different plants out, and
In certain part of the games, is it beneficial to be using a specific kind of, like, is it useful of like, oh, they're going to need water, let me try to draw something with water, or, oh, they're going to need a tree to climb or a plant?
They do ask for certain things because we have this kind of interaction system with the genies, and they, in their minds, that you're just making a nice home for them. And so sometimes they'll have specific requests, but it's usually just for their aesthetics taste, and they're just kind of having fun with it.
And you can really use these brushes in a wide variety of different ways, like that pond tree that Dominic just painted. You could continue to paint that and make it into a really massive tree that consists of multiple brush strokes. You could paint it upside down and make it look like roots. There's sort of a certain amount of visual abstraction you can create, and people can create their own unique environments that way.
It really leaves it to you of how you want to explore.
And you can mix and match everything as well. So as you progress through the game and get more and more brushes, they all kind of been designed to sit well together as well, which is kind of fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite landscape to draw?
I think, Jeff, you're pretty partial to the pond, aren't you?
What's really fun for me is when somebody finds a space in the game, maybe up on the rooftops, or sort of a unique environment that's kind of personal to them, and then they add details to that and create their own environment that they can just hang out and enjoy using their imagination.
All right, who are we bringing to life here?
Well, let's see.
Ooh. I love that he's just like, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
Feeling those plant antlers.
So you find these attachments pages as you go through the game, and then depending on how depending on how you paint him, he has different personality traits as well, which is kind of fun.
Oh, do the different attachments give different personality? I see.
What now?
All right, let's see how he looks.
Oh, I love
it. Bud.
He's a feisty one. He's off.
Even how you paint your genie affects the animation that they run.
Yeah.
So we were able to achieve different personalities from that. So.
Oh wow, he can move even where you haven't painted.
Yes. They can move across all the connected walls, basically. They can't kind of skip land masses, but they can move freely.
Nice.
On the
but I like that
walls.
He's sort of prompting you of like, here you go, make something right here. You're making his day, just spinning around.
Now he wants to play. Okay, let's see. So every now and then you'll come across these moments when they want to play, have a playtime moment with you, and you have to look around for the thing to interact with. So what's he going to do? I've got the spotlight on him.
Oh my.
He's singing.
Bravo
indeed. Look at it. Karaoke night. I love that.
There's quite a bit of tech that we have sort of under the hood for the in-the-wall painting. They not only have the secondary action that you're seeing, but they have physics on the creatures for all the attachments.
Yeah.
They have ballistic tracking. They run AI. They interact with each other also when you have more than one genie. So it's really fun, even for me at this stage in development, to see what people paint and how the genies are reacting to the environments and each other.
Now, I noticed this wall before sort of had, maybe not quite graffiti, but it had
darkness.
Like some darkness.
And so that's part of this affliction that's kind of ruining this town. And when you interact with the genies and make them happy, they give you super paint, and that's what you need to clear off the darkness from the walls. So that's one of the ways that we kind of add value to your painting, and also the interactions with the genies. And the other fun thing about super paint is that it overpowers all of your painting as well. So you get kind of giant versions of all your brushes, and things are a bit brighter and all that kind of stuff as well.
So we can make a
second
buddy here.
Who this could be.
Yeah, I wonder. Okay. So he looks like he wants a buddy to hang out with. So let's try and do this as well.
I'm curious to watch his reactions as you're building the next genie.
He's watching.
He's like, I like it. I like it. Keep going.
Well, it is.
He'll even give suggestions while you're building a new one.
And so now he wants, okay, hang on a sec, let's just do this guy.
And you can see that Dom is painting more of like a quadruped creature. So when he brings that to life, it runs a completely unique set of animation that's more indicative of a quadruped. So they act a little bit more like some of our animators' dogs.
Oh.
There we go.
What will they do?
You're going to chat with each
buddy.
other? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
And this is one of the puzzles we've got as well at the beginning. So the red genies can interact with the kind of red shiny objects that you find in the world. But in this case, I need to find a way to get this up against the wall. So let's look around.
Oh, there's some darkness over here.
Yeah, so what do we do to get rid of that? So what happens as you're painting the level and turning all the lights back on and kind of charging them up with this magical living paint energy is that it starts building up enough power to clean the darkness off, and this 3D darkness, this darkness that's actually in the world and these vines, needs that extra power to get rid of it. So if I use my super paint and do a bunch of suns.
That's one way to clear darkness, with just endless sunlight. It connects back to all the work you've done earlier.
Yeah. And then
I'm out of super paint.
I need to get some more super paint. And if I use my map, I can always find out where the missing bulbs are that I need to get. And so I can see that just down there.
There's one more that you need.
There we go. Down there's the last bit, right where these guys are. So I'm going to use my pond biome.
And if you look in the right-hand corner, when Dom starts to paint, it actually is even affecting the 3D world. You can see all the plants in the world start to come back to life too.
Yeah. Oh, and look at them swimming.
You've got really good taste.
You do have great taste, Dom. There they are.
I'll try to get it closer to you.
There you go.
Oh, look at that. What a beautiful collection of creations.
Why, thank you.
I think that's the best thing, too. It's that everybody's city will look unique.
Absolutely.
Everyone's town will be completely whatever they wanted to do.
That's been so important to us from the beginning of this game, to give you that agency and freedom on how you want to paint. And so now we've built up enough energy to trigger the Masterpiece Beacon and clean off all of the remaining kind of darkness finds, which is this stronger type of darkness that you find throughout the different levels.
Nice.
And now I just need to figure out how I can get this up against the wall. And with the vines cleared,
I can push this right over.
oh, we're off.
Nice.
So let's get them to give me a hand here. Come on, you guys.
I like that it's like a beacon of like, come on, come here.
Yeah, I mean, one of the other things that's great is when you're playing through the levels, you start building up this kind of collection of buddies that will follow you around, and you just feel like the Pied Piper with all your crazy creations.
All right, so we've jumped ahead a little farther in the story, so now we're going to see a little bit of a gameplay twist.
Yeah, so this is something that we've kind of been saving up a little bit now that we're closer to launch. But it's actually been a really meaningful part of the game right since the very first prototype.
Okay.
And as we were developing the story and also the kind of gameplay threads that we've put in there, you know, as a player, there's a lot of tension that builds up through the game. You know, you're being pushed around by the bullies. And we wanted to make sure that the finale was as exciting from a gameplay perspective and allowed players to kind of let off some of that pressure and that steam. And then also the story has to have a really carefully handled kind of ending and climax to it as well, because one of the most important messages that we hope people take from it is it's not about taking revenge on the kids that are giving you this hard time. It's really important that it's about breaking that cycle. We don't want this to be a message about kids that are being bullied.
You want to fight that darkness in a different way.
We need to kind of let you take that on more directly, and so this is about personifying that darkness more physically and allowing Ash to kind of tackle it more head on, and also give you this kind of explosive, exciting finish to the gameplay as well.
Yeah. Can we real quick talk about this skating that you're doing, the paint skating?
This was also one of our kind of very early prototypes for where we wanted to take some of the navigation mechanics and kind of give you this
it's
real...
It's very cool, yeah. It's like a smooth transition as you move through the world.
And it feels like... we want it to feel like an hour of recess at the end of the game, in a way, that you've kind of earned and kind of built up to. And we've always imagined that Ash's personality and his abilities as a creative person and the imagination that he has and his self-expression are these really powerful elements to him and the gameplay. And this is almost like another side to that. So we take some of the elemental colors that you use early on in the game, and now we kind of imagine
sort of come back here.
Yeah, they're like these powerful things that you can literally use to burn off the darkness off these dark genies.
Nice. Just trying to just bring some light back into the world.
Yeah.
I love just everything about this. Like, the animations look amazing. I love the butterflies.
It's okay.
It's okay. Gonna help. Oh,
and
you mean so well.
It's you know, they're kind of like wild animals as well. That's another thing that we tried to make it so it feel like. So you use some of your new navigation abilities to kind of chase them down.
Interesting. They have these shields, and you sort of have to break that down. You got your little buddy there trying to help. Oh, you can do it. Skate back. Ooh. Will he get him?
You have to let me help
And as
you.
these kind of sequences progress, you get more moves that get unlocked as well.
Got it.
And they have different kind of attributes.
Ooh. Man, he's on the move. He's like, no, keep your paintbrush away.
You know, and the other cool thing is that once you've unlocked these abilities, once you finish the game, this is another thing that we're talking about now, there is a continue mode. So
nice.
you do
you can
get
sort
to
of go back into the world.
Exactly. You get to go back in and you have the paint skating there, so you can move around the entire kind of map. All of the levels are all kind of stitched together, and you can move freely, paint to your heart's content. So you do get to go back to the painting mechanics as well,
Very cool.
and kind of find any of the pages that you may have missed, or solve any of the paint puzzles, the mini pieces, the secret genie moments, all those type of things.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for giving us this in-depth look. I'm super excited for the game to be out. It's going to be out on PS4 October 8th.
Great.
See you guys next time.
Thank you.